Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today we're answering questions about OCD recovery. These are questions that you left below my videos, and the first question is, Hi Ali, how do I stop analyzing? So, okay, when the thought comes in and it's the exact same thought that you had a million times before, it's the exact same thing, you have two options. To sink deeper into OCD, get worse, and, stay where you are now, or to recover. You have to be motivated to recover. I find that, when I talk to clients, which, I talk all day, that people who are the most motivated, so they're saying that, yes, I feel fear, I feel anxiety, but my need for recovery is greater than that. So they're stepping over the fear, even though it feels bad, even though they're paralyzed by it, they want to recover more. So that's what you need to do. You need to want to recover, and you need to want to do the work more than how bad it feels. And then from that perspective, then you make a choice. So anything to do with my theme or my themes, I am just not going to react to anymore. I've tried reacting, didn't work. Tried to do reassurance, didn't work. So now I'm going to do different. So it comes with a choice from a position of power. And after that, whatever blah, blah, blah OCD tells you doesn't matter anymore. Think of it like if you're breaking up with somebody, right? And you're mad at them. After you've made that choice, whatever that person says to you really doesn't matter. It's the same thing with this. You have to make the choice to move on. You have to make the choice to disregard. Until you do that and you make that permanent decision to start recovery, nothing is going to change. So you make the choice and then you follow through on that choice, no matter how hard it is. So you're walking down the center of the corridor, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter. It's still my theme. It's still my thought. It doesn't matter. That's how you recover. Next question is, Hi Ali, during the recovery process, I say to myself that globally speaking as a whole and every aspect of it is OCD and try to just disregard, but OCD keeps throwing back this memory of how I felt, and it doesn't feel like OCD derived, so I just feel like panic, but I don't give in to it. I just keep summing it all up as OCD and disregarding to the best of my ability. Exactly what you said. That's beautiful. Disregarding to the best of your ability. It's not going to be perfect. We're not robots, but more often than not, you're choosing to disregard. I feel like I'm lying to myself, and that summing it all up as OCD is a cop-out. And that thought pretty much always comes in. Not always maybe, but most of the time people get that thought where, I feel like I'm kind of taking the easy way out. What if I'm just using it as a cop-out? No, that's one of the kind of symptoms of OCD. Most people get that thought at some point. So you just have to say, yeah, okay, OCD can tell me that too. OCD can tell me anything. So yeah, the person's asking, is that OCD telling me that? Yes, it is OCD telling you that. You have to choose to move on. Am I right just to sum it all up as OCD and disregard? I just want to be happy and enjoy my life without OCD stealing it. You're exactly right. This is exactly what you have to keep doing. All this that has to do with my theme and is giving me anxiety in any possible way, it's all OCD. I'm choosing to move on. Doesn't matter if it's a memory, it's this, doesn't matter. I'm choosing to move on. Next question is, I do feel like my real event theme is losing some of its power. Good. But is it normal to still feel lousy and sometimes anxious? Yes, it's normal because it's, you gotta kind of remember how long it took you to get into this situation. It just didn't flare up overnight. So your brain is unplugging, so you feel better. But, it's going to take a while for it to go. What I was saying, that week to week, everybody should be feeling progress. Day to day is hard because OCD, the mechanism that controls OCD, also it controls any kind of stress, anxiety. So if you're experiencing daily stress in your real life, that can impact OCD. So it's too hard, day to day. But week to week, you should be seeing the thoughts lose power. So the anxiety should be decreasing. So, but, it's not going to go away instantly. And even though week to week it's decreasing, I would say full recovery takes a few months, and really that kind of cemented recovery takes about 6 months. So those are kind of the real numbers, So, but after a few months, you should be much, much, much better. So I would say what do I see normally? People go from maybe 10 out of 10 to 4 out of 10, something like that. Huge improvement, you know? So you should be feeling much, much better. I'm sure my pregnancy adds a little to the symptoms, but I still feel bad. Yes, and pregnancy itself is a stressful situation. So, so the stress that gets it, and the hormones as well, right? So that definitely can add on to it. Just try to stay calm in any situation. Real life stuff, OCD stuff. I'm choosing not to react. I'm choosing to stay calm as much as possible. You have to project to your mind that there's nothing wrong for the anxiety to go away faster. Is this another situation where you got to push through and ignore my feelings and just keep fighting? Yes, exactly. But really trying to approach it from everything is fine. Stop sending me the thoughts. This is not necessary. So you have to prove to your mind by everything, by making sure that you are not reacting to anything with a lot of panic, with a lot of anxiety. Even if it's, whether it's OCD stuff or just real life everyday stress, you have to be calm in all situations as much as you possibly can. And again, it's what the person said in the previous question, we just do our best with that, right? With real life stuff. Thank you so much, Ali. Loving these daily videos. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. It's actually very difficult to film, to be honest, but I do feel like it's important because it does keep you on track. Recovery has been going really well. I'm recovering from self-harm, suicide, OCD. Anxiety has been almost gone. The thoughts come, not nearly as much, but easier to disregard because of your teachings. Unfortunately, a loved one has passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. And it has triggered my OCD. Yeah, of course it would, right? Because it's exactly, well, not maybe, obviously not exactly, but it's a similar situation that, kind of triggers you, right? So of course it's going to affect OCD. But you have to just look at it that it's just, it's you worrying about it, right? In an OCD way is still OCD, and you have to choose to push through. Unfortunately, these things happen. When things happen like this in life, could it set a relapse with your recovery? Thank you so much. Keep pushing. Yes, exactly. Keep pushing. It's hard when these things happen for anybody, right? And especially for a person who's already too sensitive, already trying to recover. And it's, of course it makes it much more difficult. In terms of relapse, relapse will only happen if you let it. And it will happen for as long as you let it. So if you're aware that, okay, you know what? Wait a minute, OCD has gotten worse. I started to react. Let me see what I can do here, right? And then you pull back on the reaction. You won't allow yourself to have a full relapse. Yes, you might have, a week or two that is like a downfall, right? But you will be able to pick yourself up. And, I talk about it so much, in this channel and with the program. And I think that this is the main reason, well, one of the reasons that doctors have such a poor rate of helping people recover from OCD is because they don't understand how OCD works, and they don't explain to their patients how OCD works. So, as soon as the person, they'll do their hierarchy, whatever the book says, but because, they don't actually understand the meaning behind the person recovering, right? When something like this comes up, they don't know how to deal with it. They don't understand how OCD works. You do understand how OCD works. So, people can have, taking a few steps back, but in terms of full relapse, I don't really see it. It's pretty rare. Hi, Ali. I had cheating OCD that turned into ROCD, and I feel paralyzed because it feels so real, and I doubt even if it's OCD, and makes me feel so sick. I feel like I will never get out of this, and my brain feels like it never stops, no matter how much I try to stop. So you know what your themes are, you know what your triggers are. You just have to get better at controlling the reaction. Whenever it has something to do with, I guess, I'm assuming you're past the cheating OCD and onto religious or relationship OCD right now, right? So it's whenever it has to do with that theme, right? You're disregarding. And kind of watch out for past themes too, because even though cheating OCD went away, it can easily come back. So view it all as part of the same thing, that I'm not dealing with this, I've dealt with this enough, I'm choosing to move on. That's the last question for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to do the recovery program, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you. Have a good day.